Have you ever been jolted awake in the middle of the night by a sudden, agonizing cramp in your leg? That sharp, unforgiving tightening that grips your calf or foot and just won't let go? If you're over 60, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And you're not alone. In fact, nighttime leg cramps affect nearly 60% of adults over the age of 60, and they become more frequent as we get older. But here's the good news. Once you understand why they happen, you can take real steps to stop them. So let's talk about what's actually causing those painful nighttime cramps and what you can do about it, starting tonight. First, let's understand what a muscle cramp actually is. A cramp is an involuntary contraction of a muscle, meaning the muscle tightens up on its own without you asking it to, and then it just stays that way. Unlike a voluntary flex, your brain can't simply tell it to relax. The muscle fires and holds. This can last anywhere from a few seconds to several agonizing minutes. The calf muscle, the large muscle at the back of your lower leg, is by far the most common sight. But cramps can also strike the arch of the foot, the thigh, or even the toes. During a cramp, the muscle fibers are literally locked in a state of contraction. The pain you feel is partly from the contraction itself and partly from the brief lack of oxygen to those fibers while they're seized up. Once the cramp releases, you may notice soreness in that area for hours or even a day afterward. That lingering tenderness is completely normal. It's just the muscle recovering. Now, one of the biggest and most overlooked reasons seniors experience nighttime leg cramps is dehydration. And here's something important to understand. By the time you feel thirsty, you're already mildly dehydrated. As we age, our thirst sensation becomes less reliable. Your body's internal signals get quieter. So many seniors simply aren't drinking enough water throughout the day, not because they don't care, but because they genuinely don't feel the urge. And here's how this connects to cramps. Your muscles are made up mostly of water. They rely on fluid to contract and relax smoothly. When you're dehydrated, the concentration of minerals in your blood changes and your muscles become more electrically excitable, meaning they're more likely to fire off a cramp without warning. Pair that with the fact that you've been lying still for hours, not moving, not drinking, and the risk goes way up. The fix? Start your day with a full glass of water. Drink consistently throughout the day, not all at once. Herbal teas, broths, and water-rich fruits like watermelon and cucumber all count. And try not to drink alcohol in the evening, as it accelerates fluid loss. But hydration is only part of the picture. Electrolytes play an equally important role, and most people have never heard of them in this context. Electrolytes are minerals that carry electrical charges in your body. They include potassium, magnesium, calcium, and sodium. These minerals are essential for muscle function. They help regulate how your muscles contract and relax. When your levels are off, even slightly, your muscles can become unstable and prone to cramping. Magnesium deficiency is particularly common in older adults, and research shows a strong link between low magnesium and nighttime leg cramps. Potassium is another key player. You lose both through sweat, urination, and even certain medications. To boost your electrolytes naturally, focus on foods like bananas, avocados, sweet potatoes, spinach, almonds, and dark leafy greens. You may also consider a magnesium supplement. Magnesium glycinate or magnesium citrate are well-absorbed forms, but always check with your doctor before starting any supplement, especially if you take other medications. Another major factor is poor circulation. As we age, blood vessels naturally become less flexible. The heart may not pump as efficiently, and when you lie down at night, blood flow to your legs slows dramatically compared to when you're upright and moving. Your calf muscles, in particular, act as a kind of secondary pump when you walk, helping push blood back up toward your heart. But at night, that pump is idle if your circulation is already compromised. Due to conditions like peripheral artery disease, diabetes, or simply the natural aging process, the muscles in your legs may not be getting the oxygen and nutrients they need to stay relaxed and stable throughout the night. This creates the perfect conditions for a cramp to strike. To support better nighttime circulation, try elevating your legs slightly while you sleep. A small pillow under your calves can make a noticeable difference. Wear loose-fitting clothes and socks to bed. nothing that constricts blood flow. And if your feet and legs often feel cold at night, warming them up before bed with a warm foot soak can help open the blood vessels and reduce cramp risk. Let's talk about another cause that many seniors don't realize: their medications. Several common prescription drugs are known to increase the risk of nighttime leg cramps as a side effect. These include diuretics, often called water pills, which are prescribed for blood pressure or heart conditions and can flush out important electrolytes. Statins, used to lower cholesterol, are another well-documented culprit. Other medications linked to cramps include certain asthma inhalers, some antidepressants, and medications for Parkinson's disease. If you've noticed your cramps started or worsened around the time you began a new medication, bring it up with your doctor. There may be an alternative, a dosage adjustment, or a supplement that can help offset the effect. Never stop a medication on your own, but do advocate for yourself by mentioning the connection. So, what do you do when a cramp strikes at 2 in the morning? First, don't panic and don't try to just wait it out without moving. That rarely works. The most effective immediate relief is stretching. For a calf cramp, sit up, straighten your leg, and flex your foot so your toes point toward your knee. You can use your hands or a towel looped around the ball of your foot to gently pull the toes back. Hold this stretch for 30 seconds. You should feel the cramp begin to release. Another method: stand up carefully and place your foot flat on the floor, applying gentle downward pressure. This counter stretch often breaks the cramp quickly. Massaging the muscle with firm circular pressure can also help by encouraging blood flow back into the area. Applying a warm cloth or heating pad to the muscle after the cramp passes can ease the lingering soreness. Some people find that a teaspoon of yellow mustard or a sip of pickle juice helps. And interestingly, there's some scientific support for this, as the sharp taste may trigger a nerve reflex that relaxes the muscle. Now let's talk prevention, because stopping cramps before they start is always better than dealing with them at 3 in the morning. Make hydration a daily habit. Aim for at least 6 to 8 glasses of water a day, and more if it's warm or you've been active. Review your diet for electrolyte-rich foods and talk to your doctor about whether supplementation makes sense for you. Do gentle leg stretches every night before bed, particularly calf stretches and hamstring stretches. A simple routine of 5 to 10 minutes can significantly reduce cramp frequency. Stay as physically active as your health allows. Even short walks during the day help maintain muscle tone and circulation. Avoid sitting or lying in the same position for too long. And if you sleep on your back, try not to let the blankets weigh heavily on your feet. The pressure can point your toes downward for hours, which puts your calf in a shortened position that invites cramping. Tuck the sheets loosely or use a footboard to keep them off your feet. Nighttime leg cramps are incredibly common in seniors, but they are not something you simply have to accept as a part of getting older. With the right understanding, the right habits, and the right conversations with your doctor, you can dramatically reduce how often they happen and stop them faster when they do. Start tonight. Drink a glass of water, do a few gentle stretches, and sleep with your feet free. Your legs will thank you. If this video helped you, please share it with someone you know who might be suffering in silence. And don't forget to subscribe for more practical health tips designed specifically for seniors. Good night and sweet, cramp-free sleep.